Hey, this is the Review Junkie, and today I'll be reviewing the new action suspense mystery thriller, Hypnotic. As always, my review will be illustrated and the artwork is done by myself. And if you like movies, art, and comic books, please hit that subscribe button because all my reviews are hand-drawn, and I'd like to get to 1,000 subscribers soon so my channel can be official. This movie stars Ben Affleck, Alice Braga, DJ Pardo, and William Fichtner. It is directed and co-written by Robert Rodriguez. This is a non-spoiler review, so everything I discuss will have been shown in the trailer. Absolutely no spoilers. I'll tell you briefly about the plot, the characters, my pros and cons, final thoughts, and if this is worth checking out at your local movie theater. Now, this movie has a pretty grand plot. Ben Affleck plays a police officer who has lost his daughter one day at the park. He wasn't paying attention for a split second and she suddenly disappears. He's traumatized from that and is seeing a therapist to help get his life back on track. One day on assignment, he sees a suspicious looking man, played by William Fichtner, during a bank robbery. Ben senses there's something wrong and finds a discovery in a safe deposit box. Inside is a picture of his missing daughter, and things are set in motion. So what does it all mean? Alright, I love suspense thrillers with mystery. It's one of my favorite genres. I can't get enough of sitting on the edge of my seat in anticipation for all the twists and reveals to come out. I just love when my hands are sweating nonstop at the movies. On top of that, the trailer hinted at some supernatural elements, so I was in. But then I saw the director's name and I got really nervous. I haven't seen all his movies, but they can be a hit or miss, and many of them just don't have enough to make me actually go to the movie theater. So this isn't a bad movie, it's nowhere near a train wreck, and it does have some good things going for it, but it's not without its flaws. And the first thing that I liked is that this movie is several genres all rolled into one. I like the whole vibe of the movie, and I like the mystery aspect. A missing person is always a great plot device, and those kinds of setups are fascinating because it boils down to, are we going to find the truth or not? Is the person really missing, and what happened? And what are the things in between that caused their disappearance? And when those questions are finally answered, they have to be executed impeccably. The movie does a good job of sucking you right in from the very beginning because things just start to quickly unravel and you're sitting there asking yourself what's going on, which is great. Then there's the trailer reveal about hypnotics and mind control. I thought that was inventive. And every new reveal kept piling up and seemed more interesting than the last. I also like the placement of clues here. It's meticulously done at placing certain things in specific scenes for intrigue purposes, and when certain things are revealed in the third act, you end up thinking back, oh yeah, that item was in the first act and it was placed here, and that was placed there for XYZ reason. So I thought the tick and tying things were great. And overall, I do like the entire cast. Everyone's performance for the most part was really good, given what they had to work with script-wise. Ben's a good actor, and he was really good in his emotional scenes when he was thinking about his daughter. Alice Braga was okay, including William, but I thought for a villain, he wasn't given the most to do. Like, he stands around a lot and walks really fast a lot, and that's about it. And that doesn't make a great villain, and it doesn't make him menacing enough. And I almost felt like he was wasted at times. I mean, give him something more to do. And this also segues to my biggest con and issue with the film. This movie is really a victim of its own elaborate plot. The first two acts have such high momentum going for it, and I found myself really invested in solving the mystery. But with such a big setup in the first two acts, you finally reach the third act and all the high momentum goes right out the window. And at that point, all the steam is gone. There's no more oomph. I think a lot of it has to do with the way things are played out and how the reveals are done at that point. They weren't delivered in a way where the intrigue had high payoff. I would even say perhaps towards the end of the second act, things just start to go downhill and it involves a scene with a scissor. At that point, there seemed like there was no way to save things. And I'm a bit surprised because I think Ben is selective about the movies that he does, and it's more about critical acclaim at this point for him. He's a director, and I wonder if Robert consulted with him for pointers to have the third act executed differently. If there is an alternate ending or a complete third act with a different with all different scenes all together, I would be open to watching that. So this brings me to my final thoughts, and this gets a 6 out of 10 from me. It's by no means a horrible movie, but when there's such big setup and such grand ideas aiming for the stars, and the third act is anything but epicness, it definitely leaves little to be desired. It is unfortunate everything just falls apart in the third act. And this may sound harsh, but I wouldn't see this again or buy it on Blu-ray or digital, even if it was on sale. And I'd only recommend seeing this on the big screen if you're a huge Ben Affleck fan and you love suspense mysteries and supernatural thrillers. So thanks for checking out my review. If you like, please subscribe. Helps the channel out a lot. Hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share this with your friends. And if you happen to have a movie you'd like me to review, please let me know. I'd be happy to watch and illustrate it for a future video. Thanks again, and I hope the pictures put a smile on your face.